up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're shooting the DNA. The old deoxyribonucleic acid is coming out on, is it March 17th? March 17th.
Street date is March 17th.
March 17th, little St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, I didn't know that was St. Patrick's Day. Is that why you're wearing that shirt?
Yeah. Layout wise, I went with 5x5x3 2LS, so the old pen to center of grip. And for comparison, I brought the Supernova, pretty close to layout wise, not exactly the same. 5 1/4, 5 1/4 by 2 1/4, so close enough. We are on just a fresh, typical house shot here at Holiday. Mav's trying to be a part of it. I'm also missing a 9-pin, so I guarantee I won't 9-pin on this shot.
Fantastic.
Just had to make sure I got the 9 out. But obviously, being a super strong, higher end piece, we're gonna have a little bit more of that mellow reaction. Probably not a ball I would throw on a typical house shot, I'll be honest. Especially in a higher friction surface. I think we're gonna say that probably every single video.
Every video.
We might have a new person that hasn't seen our videos, so this was not gonna be the first ball out of my bag on a house shot, I'll be honest. Now, for you league bowlers, like those fresh Brunswick lanes, where they're a little snug, guess what? This is gonna be the daddy. A little bit better shot there. Actually kept that one in the oil, probably why it shaped a little bit better. I've had this ball for 2 weeks now. I drilled this actually before the Shawnee tournament where we bowled on Bear. I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of it. It gives me that rounder, kind of smoother option. To me, the Supernova is a little bit quicker change of direction wise. This one just gives me a little bit more of that rounded motion, controllable kind of front to back. The Supernova, just for me, it's a little bit quicker change of direction. That's awful. And that, folks, is why I finished 62nd in Wichita.
We're injured. We're gonna leave it to injuries. That's why.
You know what? I'm not gonna make an excuse for it.
I will.
If my wrist was snapped in half, I think I could still make a better shot than that last one. Like I said, probably not going to be a bowling ball that I throw and fresh too much because of that. It's just using too much energy too quick. So look at this. Knock down the 7.
Yeah.
First of all, no 9-pin to start. Knock down the 7 for me. This rack is trying to build my confidence up big time, big time. I wish we could have got a pattern put out because that obviously is really what this ball is going to be kind of designed for. Unless you throw it super, super hard with a rev rate that's not really high. Oh, no dead wood. No dead wood.
It swept.
Oh. See, that's what happens when all 10 pins are in the deck. You leave dead wood. Yeah, I'm going to throw the Supernova. I'm going to stay in the same spot just to kind of give you a little bit of a comparison. As I said a little bit earlier, that quicker change of direction typically translates to being a little bit better on the house shots. Doesn't really surprise me. You saw that one kind of shaped quite a bit more down lane, where that DNA was just a little bit more of an even arc throughout. So, like I said, layout-wise, they're pretty similar, so should give you a pretty good indication of the differences between the two. I'm actually going to move a couple. I went pretty high, so
yeah, why not?
We're going to move a couple. Overall, don't take that as Supernova is stronger than DNA, right? So just because it's shaping a little bit more down lane on that house shot doesn't mean it's necessarily stronger overall. I think they're pretty close neck and neck wise. I just think they see a different part of the lane is all. Enough of me blabbering on. Let's get Big Daddy Mike on the lanes.
Yeah.
And we'll watch him throw some.
Here I am.
Bango, bongo.
I'm here, and I'm going to throw my DNA. Let me tell you about it. So this is a weaker layout I've been experimenting with. This is a 5.5-inch pin with a 5 1/4 mass bias, or PSA to PAP, with like a 2 1/4 buffer. Typically, my asymmetric layouts are a little stronger than this, just to really use all the flare that it's giving me. But I kind of wanted to fit this ball in between my gem that I throw a lot, that's pin up. That one's close to around 4 3/4 to 5 inches. So I get a big flare out of that one. And I wanted to fit this in between that and say anything that's below that.
Yeah, and we apologize. We don't have our full array of balls that we typically will compare to.
They're on the truck. Otherwise,
yeah.
I would have thrown the gem. That's my number one.
I probably would have thrown the Proton because, you know, I love the Proton.
But we're working with what we have. Hey, I had a 9-pin. Did you see that? So if you saw that shot, if you're wondering, why does this rev rate look so low? I hurt myself. Like I referenced earlier, I'm going to be using some injuries as an excuse. Springfield, hurt my finger trying to hit it too hard. But you know, we're making do with what we have. But that looked pretty good, I'm going to be honest. You know, a little bit of a smoother shape, like Chris said. This is the first time I've thrown this ball today. That was maybe like the 11th shot, and I've thrown it against the Supernova, as you'll see in a while. And see, it's nice and mellow. If I had my gem, you would see it hook like a whole window earlier, maybe like a good 4 or 5 feet. So this might be a good option to when, you know, I try and throw the gem, maybe on a long pattern, it's just not doing the right thing. You go to another big asymmetric ball and see if it does the right thing. So maybe in your bag, if you have a big asym that you're kind of about, just try a different one, because they all kind of do different things, even though they do fit in the same window. Like
See, that is a question sometimes we get in the pro shop, is like, why does Storm have, you know, 3 asymmetric solids between their 3 brands?
Yeah.
And this is the exact reason.
They all just kind of have different characteristics. Like me personally, I have the gem as like overall the strongest, and it's kind of quick response. The reality, I feel like, kind of fits in the middle of all of them. The Supernova almost feels kind of the weakest because it's the quickest down lane, it seems like. And this one kind of fits somewhere in the middle as well.
Obviously, not everyone throws it the same either. So
not everyone throws it the
same. They got to make some different options for different people out there.
Yep.
Right?
So we're gonna go left, because why not? We'll try and throw a little slower. With my reduced rev rate, we'll see if it hooks. It did not. The ball still has its limits, like Chris said. We probably wouldn't be throwing these kind of balls on a fresh, typical house shot. I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't even take it out of the bag here in this building. But I'm gonna show you the Supernova.
Does that have a similar layout on it?
It does. So the pin's in kind of a similar position, probably about 5 1/2 as well. The mass bias is in a slightly stronger position. This is probably 4 3/4 if I had to guess. So that's gonna help it get a little bit more action off the spot in the mid lane. And also, as you can see, it's a little shinier. I've thrown this quite a bit more. There are a lot of factors that are contributing to why this ball is gonna hook a little more down lane. Don't have the rev rate anymore. I'm getting old. Even though flat 10, as you can see, the response time was a little bit quicker. It still got going forward, because it is still a big asymmetric ball. It's got big diff, low RG, a lot of intermediate. I believe the Supernova's got like 0.19, which is pretty high. Then the DNA's got 0.23, which that number is gonna help the ball really pick up in the oil when you go bowl, you know, your sports shot patterns or whatever, bowl on heavy volumes. That's what you're gonna want, a ball with a strong cover, a lot of differential, so your ball flares, hooks, and you strike.
Now, you probably could make that same move that you made with the DNA.
I could. I actually stood in the same spot as that last one.
Okay, all right. Even quicker.
But we're gonna go even further. So we're gonna go another like 4. Ah!
Oh!
You flat 10, never move right. Don't move right, move left. When you flat 10, typically your ball is hooking too early. So you move a little left, your ball will just go a little bit longer, you get a little bit more down lane. All right, that's bowling lesson of the day for you.
Thought you were coming for a ball review.
Yeah, no, this
You're
is
actually coming for a lesson.
This is a tutorial, actually. As you can see there, DNA seems to be a little bit stronger, a little bit smoother than the Supernova. Is this the end of the video, Chris?
Sure. I mean,
done?
yeah, I mean,
Alrighty guys, that's the Storm DNA for you coming out. Street date is March 17th. Apparently it's St. Patrick's Day. I'm uneducated, so I don't know.
It's also Mr. Love's birthday.
Oh, it's Mr. Love's birthday? Oh,
Yeah.
so if you're in the Columbus area and you want to come by TV Bowling Supply on March 17th, he'll probably be here. Come by, pick up a DNA, say happy birthday to Mr. Love, and thank you guys again for watching. If you guys like these polos that Chris and I are wearing, Apparel EFX, use code CVIA or MTAN, get 10% off, and they're super nice, they're stretchy, they're comfortable, and they look cool.
The weather's warming up. It's
The
golfing
weather's
weather.
warming up. This
It's
is
golfing
actually,
weather.
yeah, this is a golf polo, so you're only gonna find these under the golf section. So just go to the website, it'll be linked down below. Check it out. We'll see you guys in the next video.